Hey, it's Friar Phil. It's time to talk Lego. So a few weeks ago when I talked about my 12 gift ideas for your Lego collecting loved one, I mentioned to get a set that maybe they don't collect and a theme that they don't collect. After I shot that video, I got a belated birthday gift. I love belated birthday gifts. Anyways, and it was from a theme. It was a Lego set from a theme. I don't really have any Lego one. I have one other set, and that is the Speed Champions theme. Haven't really gotten into it. My friend got me 75895, the 1974 Porsche 911 Turbo 3.0. I think they have a bigger scale model of this that came out recently, but this is the Speed Champions version, 180 pieces. He said that it reminded him of a European car and basically reminded him of me because I grew up in Europe and he knew that. And so what a thoughtful gift. Again, getting that thoughtful Lego set for a gift for your Lego collecting loved one or friend is a great way to go and give him a reason. And I'm going to think about him every time I look at this on display in my office. So today we're going to get it built. We're going to get it on the brick scale and reviewed. Join me, hang out with me for the next few minutes. So let's get the 911 Porsche Turbo 3.0 on the brick scale. Now, disclaimer, I am not a car guy. I just am not. So these ratings probably be a little skewed. So those car people, have some grace with me. If you've got some different thoughts about that car, please let me know in the comments below. I always love to learn new things, but let's get right to it. Build experience. So I built a lot of Lego cars. This is only my second Speed Champions, which is a 6 brick wide car design. And it was a good experience. I didn't have a problem with it. One positive, I really liked how the lights went into it, the front lights, as you can see here. But the negatives, I'm not a sticker fan for 3 reasons. I'm so particular about lining things up and getting everything so perfect that I drive myself nuts sometimes. So that's number one. Number two, look at these hands. Yes, I have bigger fingers, and so trying to get the little sticker and the little Lego piece is a big challenge. And then number three, I have eye issues. I've got a cornea disease called keratoconus. For those out there never heard of it, it's just a degradation of the corneal wall. But anyways, that was random, but that's my life. And so it adds this dimension of it's harder for me to see. On top of that, this was especially challenging because most of the stickers had a good portion of them were transparent. The actual sticker was, and there was only one line for it to create that paint job or whatever. And so I really struggled with it. And so I'm gonna give this car the 2 out of 10 for build experience. Moving on to uniqueness. Now there is a kind of a standard amount of uniqueness that the Speed Champions theme has for each set because they're all different cars. And so I have to give it that. However, as a non-car guy, I like this car better than my first Speed Champions car that I got. I think it was the Ford Fiesta from a couple years ago. But to me, it wasn't as more unique than another one, if that makes sense. There is one unique piece, that is the torso of the minifig. And so because of that, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10 for uniqueness. Third category is detailed. I'm always impressed how the Lego designers get Lego models to look like the real thing. And this is no exception. I took a look at some pictures of the 911 Porsche, and it's pretty impressive just how they got, especially a small scale model, how they got things lined up pretty well. I'm giving some points for that, 4 out of 10 for detail. For display ability, I gotta give it a lower score. Why? Well, I think with a bunch of different cars and maybe a whole lot of the Speed Champions cars, it would be a big draw display wise, especially for the car enthusiast. But again, I'm not a car enthusiast, and I think it would get lost amongst all the other big sets or the unique feature sets that I've got. So I'm giving it a 2 out of 10 for display ability. Finally, playability. More I do this and put more sets on the brick scale, I gotta ask myself, what Lego sets are not playable? We'll find out, maybe there's some out there, but again, my first Speed Champions car that I got, my son loved it. Got the minifigure, which is extra cool compared to the tiny turbos from a few years ago that I bought. They're smaller cars. They didn't have a minifigure, but this has the minifigure, it's got the car, and he races it around. I haven't gotten him into this one yet, but definitely a playable set. Lots of fun, especially if you have multiple cars. So 6 out of 10 for playability. And so that brings us to the total of 18 out of 50 for this set on the brick scale. It was a great, fun build. Again, some challenges for myself with the stickers I didn't like. It's a cool car. I love it in my collection. I would encourage you, especially if you're a car enthusiast, grab it up, pick it up, and add it to your collection. But thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, enjoyed the car, give it a big thumbs up. As always, we'll look forward to seeing you again next time.